Exercise 2514. With this problem asks us to do a couple different calculations. So we're going to have average rate of return, payback period, and NPV. So we have this company called Spanish Peaks Railroad, and they're considering acquiring equipment at a cost of $1.25 million. And the equipment has an estimated useful life of 8 years, no residual value, and it's expected to provide yearly net cash flows of $312,500. They have a desired rate of return on their investment of 12%. All right, so the first one wants us to do the average rate of return assuming straight line depreciation. So we're going to have our average annual income. So that's going to be our cash flows of $312,000, and we're going to subtract out our costs, which in this case is just the depreciation. So that's going to be our investment divided by our useful life, no residual value. All right, so we're going to have average annual income of $156,250, and to divide that, we want to divide that by our average investment, and so that's just going to be our investment divided by 2. So to get our average return, we just take our average annual income and divide that by our average investment to give us 25%. And then for cash payback period, we take our initial cost and divide it by our annual net cash inflows. So our initial cost is our $1.250 million, and we just divide that by our annual cash flows, which is given at $312,500. Divide gives us 4, so 4 years. It's going to take us 4 years to get our money back. All right, part C asks us to do the net present value. Use the present value annuity of $1 table, but of course we're just going to use Excel instead of the table. So we want to start off with our average annual cash flows of $312,000. And we want to figure out our present value factor, so we're going to use the present value function. And the interest rate is 12%. The number of periods is 8 years. And we're just looking for the factor, so we're going to use a payment of 1, put in a -1, and no future value. This gives 4968. And just so it matches the book, because the book rounds it off, we're just going to put a round function there. And we're going to round that to 3 digits. All right, so the present value of the average annual cash flows, we're just going to take the cash flows, multiply it times our factor, gives us $1.552,500. And then we just subtract out our initial investment, and that will give us the net present value of $302,500.